Hey everyone, how are you all tonight? This is user 900ish here. Just want to share my opinions and thoughts about the earthquake that happened recently. Obviously, a lot of people are quite shocked about it, uh, but at the same time, I think that people might be sort of maybe just not all people, but I think maybe some people might be overreacting just a little bit. It's just that you don't really hear very much about earthquakes here in Melbourne. You sort of go onto the news and you read a lot about murders and people getting hurt and all that, and you hear about some I guess bushfires and things like that, which are quite common in a lot of parts of Australia, but you don't necessarily hear about earthquakes here in Australia. So I think that that's why a lot of people are probably really shocked, and I think the thing that's probably scaring a lot of people at the moment is if there's going to be more earthquakes or if it's going to lead to something bigger. Personally, that's not a big concern of mine at the moment because I think that if it was going to lead to something bad, then it would have already happened. But at the same time, you just never know these things, and I think that it's just one of those times where you just don't know really. But I just also want to say to anyone who is worried, just don't worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. Uh, Even if there are little aftershocks and tremors that go on for quite a while, it's not going to damage anything. It's not going to hurt anyone. It's perfectly normal for stuff like this to happen in Melbourne. It's been going on for quite a lot of years, and sometimes they happen and you don't even feel them. So really, guys, try not to worry about it because we're certainly not going to end up like Japan. Now, sorry, guys. I think that Japan. Yeah, look, the disaster that happened in Japan last year that was absolutely tragic. It was awful, and I think it even affected the way the Earth works or something, only by a little bit or something. I was watching a documentary, and I think it put the Earth on a sort of slight little tilt, even more. I don't know. I'm sorry I don't have all the knowledge that I'm supposed to have, so please don't say that I'm an ignorant bastard because I really don't. I'm just making this video to share my thoughts on what happened, yesterday night, and just to tell people not to worry because it's really not as bad as it's made out to be. I think that also it's. I didn't even feel anything, to be perfectly honest. I was on the phone to somebody last night, and they said that they felt their bed move on its own, and I thought, that must have been strange. And they said it might be a little earthquake, and I wasn't really surprised to hear that because, like I said, it's perfectly normal for this stuff to happen in Melbourne. It doesn't hurt anybody, it doesn't affect anything. And even 3 years ago now, there was, a little earthquake in Melbourne that. So, guys, just don't worry because there's nothing to worry about here. Even I was listening to the news today, and the scientist, or I don't know, someone from the virologist, I don't know where he was from, but he said, not to worry about it because everything's pretty much, it just doesn't look bad at the moment. So, and it was only for 30 seconds, and, I think that, in a lot of ways too, I'm just not surprised, it just doesn't surprise me that a lot of people are concerned about this because I was actually quite. I mean, like I said, I didn't feel anything. Mum and Dad did not feel anything. I did not. So we were pretty lucky down here in Werribee. But it sort of did scare me a little bit. But my parents are very smart people, so if they say don't worry about something, then I can guarantee you're pretty safe. And also about this rubbish about December 21st, 2012, it's a load of bullshit, guys. Just don't go thinking the world's going to end because it's not. I mean, for a, for a start, nobody knows when the world's going to end. There's no actual specific date saying pack your things, move to another planet, the world's going to end. It doesn't work that way, guys. I think that this December 21st, 2012 rubbish is just, one, it's a lot of stuff blown out of proportion, and two, it's, an internet scam or a combination of both. And think about it. 18, what, 6 months from now, it just doesn't seem likely the world is going to end now. It just doesn't, the world is still young, you know. So, don't worry, guys. Nothing bad's going to happen. So, like I said, I'm really sorry I don't have all the knowledge that I'm supposed to have. This was just me trying to share my opinion and my views on what happened last night. So please leave a video comment or a video response or something like that. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. This is User 900ish signing out. See you guys.